Black Eyed Tales, it's almost time for Black Eyed Tales. Come along and take my hand, and let's all go to Black Eyed Land. Black Eyed Tales.
Black Eyed Tales.
Modern War Negro.
Hey, nigga talking, sit your ass down.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, kill him. I'm out here looking like Terrier. Killing him, bro. Oh, missed that one, but it's all good. I got him. Look at me. I took over this whole base by myself. Yeah, what's up, YouTube? NWN here, aka Mayor of the City, aka Dolph Drake, aka Jimmy Wheelchair Brooks Jr. Y'all saw the title. Y'all know what it is. It's Black Eyed Tales. And in case you don't know, this is a show where a real ass gonna tell you stories from his life. And since it's Halloween, for all y'all who don't plan on tricking tonight, I got a treat for you. Before we get into that, just know today I'm playing Battlefield 4, PC version, of course, because if you're not playing the PC version, well, you're not playing the game at all. And I'm playing the sniper class, of course, and I went off on these clowns at Conquest. Wasn't really playing for the objective too much because, you know, I was too busy out there looking like Object Jewel. But fuck that. Let's rewind the clock back to 2007. Like, and, you know, I was 16 at the time, you know. I was old enough to make decisions, but I wasn't old enough to make good ones. I guess you could say I was young, so young, Vince Young. I'm like in high school, basically. Like, once again, I'm about to connect the stories because this happened right before my homecoming madness story. Now, I had a friend that I talked about in that story named Jay. And in case you don't remember, let me refresh your memory about who Jay is. He was that one white guy that he fucking loved black people. He loved our style, the way we spoke, the way we walked, the way we dressed. So he would always just naturally kind of hang around us. And, you know, we didn't hate Jay because he was white or whatever. You know, he showed us love, so we showed him love. It was so whatever. Now that we understand who Jay is, understand that it was just another day at the YMCA after school. And we wasn't about to do our homework, so we hit the gym to shoot some hoops. Now, we shooting around, and of course, you know, we start talking about what we always do, women. And, you know, I'm like, you know my track record. I'm out here getting these bitches. I'm out here getting these panty draws. They be throwing them at me, nigga. And, of course, Jay's like, I get more bitches than you because, you know, the male ego will not allow the homeboy to fuck more bitches than him, no matter how exaggerated his reality is. So I'm like, you a motherfucking liar, nigga. I'm like, you just be fucking your hand. I was like, matter of fact, when was the last time you even got some head? Jay like, I got some head from my homegirl a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, yeah, had it happen. He was like, all right, so we was in the jacuzzi. I'm like, there you go, right? I was like, nigga, who's jacuzzi? You a lie. Because one thing about Jay is he wasn't a privileged white boy. I ain't gonna put all his business out there, but let's just say he didn't come from the most stable home. He was he was from the struggle. That's why we fuck with him. So yeah, he was like, you know, I was at the jacuzzi at my homegirl's crib and we was making out. Then all of a sudden she went down on me. Now, mind you, at this point, when he's telling the story, it's about 10 of us guys from the YMCA huddled around Jay listening to this heroic tale. I'm like, you was a motherfucking liar. How does bitch give you head in the jacuzzi with her head underwater, hot water at that? Because either A, she's a mermaid, B, you busted your nut fast as fuck, or most likely C, you're a fucking liar. So then Jay goes, why you always gotta go on me, son? I'm not lying. Because that's what he used to always say. Why you always try to go on me? He was the type of person who could dish it out, but he couldn't take it. I'm like, okay. So if you're not lying, did you bust in her mouth? He was like, yeah. And that bitch was like, I was like, so you drowned the bitch then? He's like, no. I was like, see, your story don't check out. You a fucking liar. I was like, if you get bitches, let's see what you do at the haunted house next week. So the haunted house was an event run by us teens who hung out in the YMCA's teen lounge. It was coordinated by the YMCA directors, and we worked in a house scaring all the customers who would come through. You know, you've been through a haunted house, basically. You know what I'm talking about. But us boys that worked in the haunted house, we didn't care nothing about that damn haunted house. We was just trying to make out with the girls. It was no supervision, and it was dark as hell, so you know we was trying to get freaky, like. And we was lazy as fuck too. The way the haunted house was set up is we cut black trash bags into like long wide strips, and then we would hang them from the ceiling to create a maze. And some of the coverings were used to cover up things that we didn't want the customers to see, like the kitchen and the director's office. And everyone knew where the hideout spots were, and we would always just bullshit in the director's office or the kitchen. Now, sometimes it would be customers coming through and, like, I would just dance in front of the strobe lights, then, like, run away. We would just, like, mess around and just bullshit. But anyway, we just, you know, we got done scaring this group or whatever. And while we was waiting for a new one, I would leave my station and I'd go to Jay. And he was in the director's office with, like, 15 other people who were supposed to be working because we liked the bullshit. And I'm like, this is your chance to prove yourself, Jay. He's like, what you mean? I'm like, it's dark as hell. It's loud in here because, you know, we had like the eerie music playing. I was like, go and try to make out with your boo Sasha. And Sasha, you know, Sasha was this black girl. She was new. She was from Atlanta. You know, I didn't find her to be attractive, but Jay did. And I ain't the type to knock a dude for liking some girl. So I'm like, well, go do you since you such a little mock dotty pump. And he was like, I bet. And he explodes out the room to go find Sasha. Now, Jay comes back into the office like 10 minutes later with the biggest grin on his face. I'm like, what the hell is you smiling for? He's like, I tongued the bitch down. And everyone in the room was like, sure, Jay. He was like, if you don't believe me, we'll go ask Sasha. She's hiding in the kitchen. I was like, all right, bet. I'll be right back. You know, I go to the kitchen, and there she is, leaning against the wall, just staring at the ceiling. And like, I don't know. Like, she was just fucking weird. Like, and I'm like, so did you and Jay kiss? And she was like, yeah, but you know, just on the lips, like nothing serious, you know. There was no tongue or nothing, just a little pick on the lips or whatever. And I left the kitchen. I'm like, damn. Like, I'm still fuck with him though. So I go back to the office and I'm like, I thought you said that you tongued her down. He was like, I did. I'm like, nope, you a lie because she said you just pecked her on the lips. Like, I'm like, the only way you tongued that bitch down was in your mind, your weird ass fantasies, or you did it forcefully. And then I was like, and I took a step back. I was like, oh my God, you raped her. I was like, oh God, one take is all I'm doing. And he was like, no, I didn't. He's like, what the fuck, bro? I was like, man, look how defensive you're getting. You're a raper. Like, and he was like, and I'm like, I know a rapist is the word that you're supposed to use, but raper just sounds funnier. Like, and at the time, mind you, that show Dateline, To Catch a Predator, was like the hottest show on TV. So I was like, nah, he's not a raper. This motherfucker's a predator. He's a predator. Get him some dreads. And he got so mad, yo. He got so mad because what was funny though, because it wasn't even true. So like, I don't know why he was getting so mad. From that day on, we called him the predator. Because it was the quickest way to piss him off. He'd be like, fuck you. I'd be like, yeah, whatever, predator. Like, man, fuck the story, Joe.
Check it, crack flows when I step in ultra sound waves. Never heard it coming, nigga, deaf this shit, you gotta respect it. The Shogun on the record, bound to chop the top of billboard slots. The all toss red, his head is departed from the necklace, the lead is. So love Christ, you get the message. Golly with this shit, so we're flesh in and up. I got the flow to do what it do. Reckless, swinging swords in the stew.
I'm battering lives with the pad and the mic, bashing the tripe, flows making rapper a knife. Before hoes thought he would go post, or now I'm killing them glow.